I read an article from Deadline that pretty much was talking about how there is a large number of people in the voting members of the Academy that aren't watching every movie nominated at the Oscars. So what that means is John Schmo from Idaho watched 2 out of the 10 Oscar movies that are nominated and only voted based off of those 2. And to some people it's like, yeah, so what, big deal. He didn't, watch the rest of them. What does it matter? It matters because it is the most prestigious award show for movies on the planet. And you have 10 movies that are nominated for Best Picture. And the people that are voting on that are gonna get these actors and producers and directors these awards that are gonna boost their careers into stardom aren't watching all of them. That's like being a food critic where you're known for reviewing all different kinds of food, but you only eat chicken and steak. So you're only ever reviewing chicken and steak. And it's like, but what about the Indian food? And what about seafood? What about desserts? It's like, you can't call yourself the food critic and only review one type of food. You have to review it all. If that's the case, then call yourself the chicken and steak critic, where that's all you review. That's kind of what's happening here at the Oscars. You are lucky enough to be somebody that gets to vote on these things, and you're not watching all of them. I saw one of the people said, it's like, oh yeah, we saw the first dude and we didn't like it, so we skipped out on the second one. I don't give a shit if you didn't like the first one. It is your fucking job to watch all of these movies and give them all a fair shot. And if you're not gonna do that, then get the fuck out of there and let somebody else that's willing to do that and give these movies all a fair shot. Give that person the opportunity to do it and leave. It is embarrassing that people this high up in the Oscars are getting away with doing stuff like this. It is embarrassing. You are an embarrassment. If you are one of the voters watching this, which no one's gonna watch this, I'm a nobody, but if you're one of the people watching this and you're a voter and you only watch half the movies that are nominated, you're a joke. You're an absolute joke, and this just makes me think more that the Critics' Choice Awards are the most prestigious because everyone voting on those films are the people like us that go out and watch everything. I have seen every nominated movie, so my opinion, me, a nobody, means more to these actors and actresses and producers and directors and makeup artists than yours does. I think that the Oscars should take this really seriously because I myself, look, at the end of the day, the Oscars is my favorite day of the year. It's not the Super Bowl, it's not my birthday, it is the Oscars. It's the day that all of these films that I've spent all year showing up to watch after a long day of work during my 9 to 5, shoving popcorn in my face and watching. It is my favorite day of the year, and I love watching the people that I loved watching get noticed and recognized by the world and put up on a pedestal and given these awards to. It's their hard work getting paid off, and I love that. But I don't love that some of the people that are gonna win tonight are only winning because the people that voted for them only saw the movie that they were in. How could you say Timothée Chalamet was the best of the year if you didn't watch The Brutalist and seen Adrian Brody? How could you say Dune 2 isn't better than A Complete Unknown if you haven't watched it? It's not fair, it's broken. The Oscars needs to take this seriously and weed out these people not watching everything and put some kind of rule in place that you can only vote if you watch everything. That's how it should be with any type of review content, whether it's food, whether it's sports cars, whether it's movies, whether it's music. You shouldn't be voting in music about, Beyonce being the best country singer if you haven't listened to every other singer that was up for that award that year. Like, that's just how it works. Get your fucking shit together and do your fucking job.